Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education, coming to you here from Arizona. It's a beautiful spring morning. Janice and I are getting ready to head off to present for the first time training strategies for working with your clients that have scoliosis, spinal stenosis, and or osteoporosis. And in this 4-part video series, this is part 4 of 4, so if you missed the first few, watch them first because this information will build directly upon the information I shared with you in the first 3 videos. We're sharing with you the most effective assessments, corrective exercise strategies, as well as how to incorporate this information into the fundamental movement patterns to safely and effectively train your clients with spinal stenosis, scoliosis, and or osteoporosis. Here's part 4 of the video series, and watch all the way to the end to learn more about this information and how to really become a specialist in working with your current clients that have scoliosis, spinal stenosis, and or osteoporosis, and how to attract more individuals that need, want, and will pay you for your expertise. One of the questions we've gotten over the last few videos is, what if my client has been told by their medical doctor or chiropractic physician or physical therapist not to do flexion or extension of the spine, side bending, or rotation? How do I effectively train the core? That's a great question. And the number one thing I want you to remember is you have to respect your scope of practice, and you have to respect what your client's doctor and or therapist tells them. However, there's some certain things that you can do effectively as a health and fitness professional to help your clients if they've been given this diagnosis not to side bend, flex, and or extend. Number 1 is to train neutral alignment. Your client's best neutral alignment, where they're aligning the head, neck, and thoracolpelvic cylinder and maintaining that alignment through their exercise patterns. I'll give you a perfect example of the cable chop with hip hinge pattern that we do with the majority of our clients. I'm also going to show you how to introduce spinal rotation. So what about spinal rotation? Because our clients have been told not to do spinal rotation for fear of or risk of creating more injury if the client has scoliosis or spinal stenosis and or osteoporosis. Well, I want you to think about it like this. Life is rotation. Your clients are walking, they're rotating. They're turning to look over their shoulder in their car to drive their car, they're rotating. Every single activity, virtually every single activity. They're rolling to get it out of bed. They're doing spinal rotation. They're doing spinal rotation. So it's incredibly important to teach your clients how to rotate effectively, because if you don't, where are they learning it? However, in that comment that I just made, you have to work within your scope of practice. So adhere to the guidelines that the client's doctor and or therapist gave them, and work within the range of motion that your client can control. And it's oftentimes a very small range of motion. I'm going to demonstrate how we teach rotation in our own clients and patients here in our clinic using the principles of the integrative movement system, alignment, breathing, and control. We love the cable chop pattern to train the core and really develop alignment and control of the thoracolpelvic cylinder. It's also a great way to start the spinal load or load the spine without creating that flexion-based moment or that extension-based moment on the spine that can lead to compression fractures if the client has osteoporosis, or create more compression if your client has spinal stenosis and or scoliosis. Again, it's all about your clients or setting your client up for success by making sure you align and cue them prior to starting the pattern and making sure they reinforce alignment, breathing, and control throughout the pattern. So here's how we set the client up for the cable chop pattern. They'll face the cable, align the head, neck, and thoracolpelvic cylinder as if they're being pulled up from the backside of the head, neck, and rib cage. They're gonna feel as if they're creating space between their lower ribs and their pelvis, and then they'll grab the handles. They'll step back, maintaining this alignment, and then the first motion is a hip hinge, and the arms then follow down. Hip hinge, and then the arms come down with no change in head, neck, and or thoracolpelvic cylinder alignment. So the client is not supposed to be flexing, and they should not be going into extension. They should be maintaining that alignment throughout the pattern. They're gonna breathe in, and then breathe out, maintaining that space between the ribs and between the lower ribs and the pelvis. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. maintaining alignment throughout the pattern. So the key things when you're training spinal rotation is to work within the range of motion that your client can control. So for most of our clients, it's a very small motion. It's from here to here to here to here. We're not allowing them to side bend. We're not allowing them to flex and or extend as they rotate. It's a very pure axial rotation, as if they're spinning around a central axis that runs down from the top of their head through their spine down through their tailbone. Because the challenge comes in when they're compensating and they're going too far into the extremes of range of motion. So again, work within the guidelines that have been set up by your client's doctor and or therapist, and train that pure small range rotation as you perform this pattern. Here's how we teach spinal rotation in our clients once we've assessed them and determined that they're able to rotate without creating potential injury. So first, we have them align and control their head, neck, and thoraco-pelvic cylinder, as we've been discussing through this series, as if they're being pulled up from the backside of their head, neck, and thoraco-pelvic cylinder, and they're creating that space through areas of compression. We'll use an elevated surface and go into the half kneel position. So that way, they maintain a certain level of weight bearing, and they're not collapsing into this position. You can also do this in a split stance position as well. They'll grab a Rolga or some other type of light device like a Pilates ring and hold it out in front of their chest. They're gonna hold it in front of their chest and maintain this position throughout the pattern. They'll breathe in, and as they breathe out, it's a slight rotation, maintaining the Rolga, in this case, in front of my chest through the entire pattern. And they'll breathe in to come back to center, and breathe out, maintaining that length in their spine as they rotate, and not side bending, not extending, not flexing, maintaining that length as they rotate, and only rotating as far as they can maintain that Rolga in front of their sternum. Breathing in to come back, breathing out to rotate. Tall spine position, as if they're being pulled up from the backside of their head, neck, and thoraco-pelvic cylinder, holding the Rolga or Pilates ring in front of their chest. Breathing in, and as they breathe out, rotate towards the forward leg as far as they can go, just maintaining that Rolga in front of their chest. Breathing in to come back to center. Breathing in, breathing out, rotating, just a small amount of motion, so there's no change in the lower extremity, the pelvis, or the hip complex or lower extremity, and there's no change in spinal alignment. The TPC, that thoraco-pelvic cylinder, stays aligned and controlled. This is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education. Thank you so much for joining me in this video series. And if you're looking for more information so that you can truly help more of your clients that have been diagnosed with scoliosis, spinal stenosis, and or osteoporosis, then check out our Integrative Corrective Exercise Instructor Program. This program was designed specifically for health and fitness professionals just like you that work with baby boomers and seniors and are looking for safe and effective exercises, as well as the most effective assessments, corrective exercises, and functional movement progressions to use with your clients that have osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, spinal stenosis, scoliosis, and or joint replacements. So we teach you the assessments, corrective exercises, and fundamental movement pattern exercises that we use with our own clients here in our clinic. So we know that this information works and is the most appropriate information for helping create sustainable posture and movement changes in your clients. So check out iihfe.com/certifications for more information, and consider joining us in Orange County this May for our 3-day intensive course, the Integrative Corrective Exercise Instructor Program. We look forward to seeing you at a training soon, so that way we can help you help more of your current clients and attract more individuals that need, want, and will pay you for being their specialists. Take care, make it a great day. We'll see you next week at Integrative Movement Insider.